Alright, what's up guys? We're back again with another video. Today we'll be going over Thursday's trade recap. And yeah, so let's get right into this. Hopefully make this a shorter video. So we will start off right at Asian Open. We had our draws right here marked out. Let's see this. Alright, this was our day open. And we were seeing we were already extremely bearish already right from the AM session. I think ES and NQ also dropped down a bunch of points. So gold also did that. Now with that, we were inside this 1 hour bearish fair value gap, which is also a 4 hour bearish fair value gap that we were inside of. So really, I was looking for continuations from this short-term trend. We were looking for a reversal, right? But there were just so many things right now that were inherently bullish, like this fair value gap that we were respecting here. And that was really about like the only draw. So let's look into this. Okay, yeah, we get a dump down. We completely inverse. Or no, we don't inverse that yet. Okay, we inverse the 15-minute. So yeah, we're still looking for continuations. So with this, we're looking for either a 15-minute or a 5-minute tap into a bearish fair value gap. So and then an inverse on the lower time frame, and then target those external draws or internal draws, whichever one that we can see. Yeah, well now looks like TradingView is tweaking its mind out. Let's see. Okay, there it goes. Alright. Okay. Now, also when I saw this, I was tempted to go into longs, but we faded it. I mean, even though it was a setup, we just kind of had to fade it because we wanted to short with all this bearish momentum. So yeah, we'll see that in just a minute here. Okay. So I believe we get a tap into, what is this, 15-minute. We get a tap into a 15-minute. Okay. And as you see right here, we got the bullish fair value gap that we have here, which would be an amazing, trade if we get an inverse here. It would ideally be better if we would have inverse it all in one candle, just to get that momentum going, and then we just target this, which I believe this was also a 5-minute fair value gap. Yep, a 5-minute fair value gap, a bullish. So we were targeting these lows right here. But yeah, the next candle is actually the one that takes it out. So I think we enter here on some of the accounts. Some of the accounts we enter here. So yeah, and then let's see what we do here. Okay, so I saw this right here, right? We had, I mean, a very minuscule tap. I mean, you'll have to like zoom in down to like crazy amount, and you can see it just barely taps into it, right? Just barely taps into that 5-minute fair value gap. So we just moved our stops to break even just because we know that, okay, it could reverse. So with that, we do get break even on this one. Literally just tap break even, and then we hit TP. Hit TP. Hit TP. Hit TP. Hit TP. Right there. So it really just tapped back into our break even. I mean, maybe you went a little bit into negative, but whatever. So we was out of that trade. We were trailing on the Wealth Charts accounts right here. So we only made about, oh actually no, on the Wealth Charts we closed. On the trade away accounts we were trailing. So we closed right at that touch for like 120 bucks. But yeah, so I wanted to see ideally more continuation because I know I could still catch the move down to at least this 15-minute fair value gap, or even even lower, right? Even down to previous day lows, or this weekly opening gap that we had here back since this week. so we did want to keep on looking for a continuation. So we go down to the 5-minute, right? So after we have seen, okay, like we got to break even on this, but now we're about to tap into a 5-minute, right? So there's already a narrative here, right? So from this, we're delivering from a 15-minute, right? This is our condition up here. We're delivering from that, and we go down and inverse this for rally gap. This 5-minute bullish for rally gap that was recently, support for some traders, and now inverse, right? So we ended up taking that. Really just stayed on the 5-minute, and then we just targeted let's see, we just targeted that 15-minute fair value gap. So we're going external to external, pretty much, or I guess, internal to external. But we were targeting that right there, and as you can see, we go back up into this. I tried to get a better entry here, like to get another entry, but Trader was freaking out, so we couldn't. But yeah, so we left this fair value gap, so I knew it was just golden. In the next 5 minutes, we went down to take profit. But yeah, that is pretty much those trades to show you the P&L. That is, let's see, the total P&L was 1333, and then on the other 3 accounts that we copy trade was 4,571, for a total of about 5.8K was the total amount on this. So we are doing pretty decently. We're back at least above 50K on this account. This account we only need 600 more bucks. And net we're down only 150 bucks. So overall, not too bad of a day. And I will be back Sunday if I do decide to take a trade. Now, another thing to note is that in these trades, in the first trade, and something that is something I'm working on. So I was feeling very nervous in the first trade. So I was probably feeling fear. I assume it was fear. And so that ultimately, I try to ignore those feelings as much as I can, and then just look at the price action objectively instead of looking at the dollar amount or how much I could lose on this or how much I could make. Instead of I was just looking at the objective price action and then just seeing that. Because I mean, with this, we were, especially when we were in drawdown right here, and I was seeing a fair value gap open up right here. If I would have seen this, right, when I was seeing this, I was feeling extreme fear, and I was almost tempted to close out. But I was like, I kind of like slapped myself in the head, and I was like, I mean, what are you doing? The candle hasn't even closed yet, right? So, and we were still seeing a bearish for value gap, but there was just so many different things in my mind I was just looking at and reasons why it's exited trade. And if we would have exited, we would have missed this out and just been at a loss. So that is that. Now this thing ended up fucking slamming down to hell pretty much. And if we would have held this, it would have been a 10-1. But we will not talk about that. But anyways, I do appreciate you guys watching, and I will be back with another trade recap on our next trading day. Thank you.